Hi everybody, it's Annette from The Art of Intuition, and today we're going to talk about reawakening our dream state. I haven't done a dreaming video in a while, so I wanted to touch on a couple of things quickly, and we'll see how far we get. Lucid dreaming. I get a lot of questions on lucid dreaming, and if you don't know what lucid dreaming is, it's when you wake up lucid in the dream and realize, hey, I'm lucid dreaming. I can fly. I'm in a dream. I can do whatever. I cannot say I've always been a big lucid dreamer. I cannot also say that as I have increased my consciousness and my frequency, that I am more of a lucid dreamer. What I can say is when I do now become lucid in a dream, I know exactly what questions I want to ask. I have a more clearer path to who I'm talking to and what I want to know. So if you've never been able to lucid dream, some people will set up a marker in their dream to let them know that it's a dream. So before you go to sleep, let me put another one in there. Before you go to sleep, ask to wake up in the dream. So usually a lot of this, if we just ask, you'll be surprised what you can do, because we're so afraid of a lot of this stuff. And people will say, oh, I'm not afraid of it. But when they really start opening up to that space, they can get afraid of it, especially when the precognitive dreams start and they start recognizing the precognitive dreams. So look at how you feel about really exploring this space. And if you have any fear around it, resolve that fear. You'll find a lot of stuff open up. And if I forget, and because of the last thing I did on dreams, I forgot, crystals, Andaras help with opening up your dream space. If you don't have an Andara, which I can do another videos on Andaras, crystals, amethyst is good, rose quartz is good, citrine was always good for me. Put them under your pillow, put them in bed with you. You can use the little teeny tumble stones. Some people tape them to their third eye when they sleep. I never did that, but people do that. Watch what happens. It will explode your dreaming. But you gotta ask to be, and you gotta really make sure you're ready for it. So just do a little self-check on that. Ask the question, close your eyes, and see if you feel any tightness in your body about really opening up to this space, because it's pretty amazing when you start to open up. So, lucid dreaming, set up a marker. You can set up a marker in, okay, if I see a dead person in this dream that is dead in my reality, I'll know I'm asleep. You can set up a, any marker you want. If a black cat crosses this dream, then I'll know I'm in a dream and I want to wake up. So look at what your markers can be and set a marker and work with that. Some people would do like a semi-lucid dream when they're sort of half in, half out of sleep. The best time to try this is right before you go to sleep, in your deep sleep, a few minutes right before when you're kind of drifting off, or when you're waking up in the morning. Your most psychic states, I started a lot with this back years ago. These were my states that I could really tune in. And I also tend to tune in more with this stuff now. If it's something I dream immediately when I go to sleep and then wake up like 20 minutes after I fell asleep, or right before I wake up in the morning, I tend to pay a little more attention still to those dreams. And they usually are signaling me to something that's coming down the road. So this is a very hypersensitive state. So just be aware of that. So, hit those states, and people will use like a shamanic drumming also, and they'll sort of just lay back, close their eyes, and listen to the shamanic drumming. Whatever gets you kind of out of your left brain into your right brain, it really doesn't matter what you use. Shamanic drumming worked for me. You can get that online somewhere. And you're awake, kind of laying down, but you'll be surprised how you shift and can start going into different states. So try the shamanic drumming. I've heard it works for like 80% of the people. So if it doesn't work for you, you can look for what does work for you, but it kind of shifts off that left brain. You get more into your right brain, which is your more creative side. It just shifts that brainwave state. You could go into a deeper, more relaxed, you're not really asleep, it's more relaxed state. So people will kind of start opening up to lucid dreaming there. Precognitive dreams. Dreaming the future. We all dream the future. So anyone who says they don't, just take into account the latency effect, where sometimes we dream stuff so far ahead that when it actually anchors here, because it can't anchor here until our physical body reaches the frequency of that dream. We saw it in the dream world first, because we're looking at different realities where we have achieved that vibration, and that's why it plays out. So if you want to look into different timelines, want to look at different futures, Ask the question, even if you don't remember the dream. Look at how you feel about it the next day. I usually tell people to do this if they have one or two different questions. Ask one question one night. If I do, if I take option A, and then the next night, if I take option B, and see how you feel about it, even if you don't remember anything about it. When you first get into precognitive stuff and realizing you're doing it, take note of what you're wearing in the dreams. Where are you wearing a coat? Are you wearing shorts? Where are you? It might give you a time marker. So when I first started really looking into my dreams, I looked into the time markers that might be around them. Look for calendars, what stands out. And that's why when you become more lucid, you kind of start to know what to look for. And you kind of can ask questions on what's coming, what you're supposed to be doing. It gets kind of trippy. And remember, everyone in the dream with you they're just different aspects of yourself. So there's really nothing to be afraid of. It brings me to nightmares. This is going very quick today. I want to just hit on a couple in about, I think my timeline is always like 10 minutes. So, because I can't really load some of these if they go over 10 minutes. Nightmares. We really don't have nightmares. We just can't get past the scary part of the dream. So some people will do shared dreaming where they will tell someone about the dream space they were in and get someone else to enter the space with them. People think, oh, that can't happen. I talked to a lot of people. We talked about shared dreaming and they've done it. So it's kind of something fun to play around with. Explain the space to the other person. And remember, it's a space somewhere in multidimensionality that dream took place. So someone else can hit that too. So it's kind of something fun to play with. If you're having a dream drought and you're not dreaming and you want to dream, ask to dream. And whatever you see in the dream, write it down. Look at the feelings about it. I usually pay more attention to my feelings about it than the actual dream. If it upset me, I would look at it. If it repeated, I would look at it. Just like if something keeps repeating in my present day life, I look at it. But if I'm repeating it in my dreams over and over and over again, you need to look at it because it's going to tell you certain things. You're always going to be shown something that's important. Even if you're trying to clear it out, which when you're really into your human aspects and you first start opening up, you don't quite have the sight yet. And the more you expand out, you just see more and more and more and more. But what I found is I've started to tune out more and more and more of it because I know I'm just clearing different timelines from different multi-dimensional spaces that I don't need to be concerned with. And sometimes I don't remember them because my mind would get too wrapped up in them. But when I first started really opening up to the dream space, I found those dreams are really showing me what to do next. If you have an issue, a problem you're trying to solve, ask to work on it when you're sleeping. Ask to solve it in your dream state. You'll find the next day, the answer might come very quickly. So ask for a sign of something. Start in the dream state first because you're just more open there. You're not hampered by the brain saying it can't happen. You're just not hampered by that. Let me see. Oh, dreaming with the dead. A lot of people want to connect with people who have died, are not in this reality anymore physically, and they see them when they dream, or they might see one person, they want to see somebody else, ask to see that person. They're still just aspects of us. A lot of times these people will leave, well, they always leave because they're going to hamper the next part of our journey. So they can't really be in the physical world with us, but they're still just parts of you. So just ask to embody in that energy because they're still you. If you didn't embody in the energy when they left, you feel separate from them. And that's when you get into feeling like you miss them. Just ask to embody in that energy and ask to talk to them. But they're still just an aspect of you. I really want everyone to sort of get out of that, everyone's separate. They're still you. They're just a lot of yous. And no matter where you see them, they're still just yous. I see something else. Some people do look at the dream diaries online or the dream dictionaries. I wouldn't put that much faith in it. Sometimes it's fun to explore different things you see. But if it doesn't resonate with you, what someone says this is what it means, don't worry about it. It's not really what it means for you. You have to check inside to see what it means for you. So I'm going to go before I go over my marker. So good luck, sweet dreams, and keep practicing the art of intuition.